It's in the game.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag. I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band. Sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin. Flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short, but I can't complain. Doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice, then I teleport. Got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Mic in my hand like a waffle cone. Spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job, but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, you're not. You know I'm hot. How many licks till the pepper gon' pop? Told my cap it's the CEO. Then I moonwalked in a UFO. Mic my shoes with a Christmas wreath. Dropping these bars while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang. Landed on stage in your backpack filled with a new disease. Telling my doubts I'm hard to please. We don't care, we bounce on clouds. Sing off key and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops, the place explodes. Jumping through life in my pantyhose. Still no
Cincinnati Bengals, that's the team we're gonna keep.
Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, you're not. I see through your act and I still enjoy the show. Yeah.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here we go, Scott.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. He's locked in early. 2 nice 1st down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Bengals at 11-5 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19. Ready.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll try and run for the first with Corum. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Come on, set. 70 Timberwolf. Viking 18. Hey, read our key.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Buffalo 8, Hawk 70, Hawk 70, 19 tight, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Let's go. 18, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
16-yard line.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Come on, go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 68.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Okay, break. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, here's Jenkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You talk about this Bengals defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Tag. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Cowboy 80.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pass caught right side, Fannin. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a first down coming up.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Back to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
He'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Browns drive about to get started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go. Set.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Go! Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
Back to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Down to the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They've got the big play. Then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Okay, ready?
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8.
Come on, set. Viking 18. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That's another Browns first down.
Ready.
First and
Press
goal.
up. 19 Lions. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick 6.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Okay, break. Ready. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
On the ready.
First down, Cleveland.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
34. Round 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half.
Round 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Ready?
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at how.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And taken right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On the set. Set. Ready. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
4 yards
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 6. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
36-yard line.
2nd and 3. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the guard, David Edwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Ready? Let go.
Back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And this one is right through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
37-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Cowboy 80.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done. there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Up the middle they go. Madison. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few minutes.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
On the double. Let's ready.
They run once more with Corum. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
The Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Corum. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to him right around the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Go out down. Ready.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dodson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Set.
They run straight ahead with Corum. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready.
At the 34-yard line.
45.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Strike. Check striker.
Running left, Corum. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Fights through and now a crease. Still on his feet. He's on his way. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Powering his way forward. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns drive about to get started.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Once again, Judkins. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Judkins.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Bengals 43-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
And they take a knee.
Here we go, Shaq. Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
And as this defense